Have you ever thought to yourself, how do you say Puyallup? Well, that's how you say it, Puyallup. I'd like to show you what it'd like to live there, not just how to pronounce the word.
Let's go, jump in the car with us. We're Joe and Charity with the Live Well Home Group, and we help people just like you every week buy and sell homes in this area and all over Washington. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, we would love to help you. Just click the link in the description below and jump on our calendar or message us directly.
So why do people love living in Puyallup?
I know why.
Well, let's jump in. Tell me more.
Okay, first reason is because of community. It really feels like a small town. It's relatively a small city, but it feels like a small town.
It does.
Yep, and so people love living there just for the feeling that they get living there.
Yep. The other one is the outdoors. And if you have any time to drive around in Puyallup, you're going to notice it's a very large mountain. You will see it from all angles and all places. Honestly, when I think about the outdoors and I think about Puyallup, I think about how close it is to hiking and outdoors and the Puyallup rivers and the hikes along the river and Mount Rainier, because it is 100% stunning from almost everywhere.
It is, exactly. And then there's tons of parks in the area, so the outdoor space is phenomenal.
Phenomenal, for sure.
The third reason is because there is always something going on in Puyallup, and we're going to share more about that, so stick around to the end so you can hear about those events that you're not going to want to miss.
Hey, so we're going to start with the history first, because let's always kind of note a little bit of the background, and surprisingly not, it is based on the word Puyallup, is a tribal word meaning generous people.
That's fantastic. And if you have a hard time saying it, think of the word Pew as in it stinks, but it doesn't stink there, but that's the easiest way to think about it. Puyallup.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Practice it a few times.
I don't, yeah.
Puyallup, it usually takes a few times.
Most times people go and they say Puyallup, and it's like, no, it's hard no. It's like Spokane. It's not Spokane. It's Spokane. And
Puyallup.
Yeah, it's Gonzaga. It's not Gonzaga.
And we digress. Back to Puyallup and its history. So Puyallup was actually, as we said, the Puyallup tribe, meaning generous people. And then there were people coming into the area because of the fertile land. And one of them, the most important one, is Ezra Meeker.
Meeker. Yeah, you're going to want to know that name because a lot of things are named after him. And you'll have also a big Victorian house that
you can tour.
That you can tour. You can stay. Yeah. And a lot of the crops, though, was based initially around hops. And let me tell you, things were hopping. It was kind of funny. At least it's funny to me. The reason I say that, in 1891, there was $20 million a year in industry happening based upon the hop industry.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Back then, that's a lot of money. Today, it's a lot of money, but back then, that was rolling down the river.
That's why that beautiful mansion is still standing for us to tour, because he had a lot of money.
He did. So unfortunately, in 1892, hop lice came in and ruined the crop. And so they had to go away from that as a primary source of agriculture to
berries and flower bulbs. And to this day, there are a lot of berries still being grown in the Puyallup Valley.
Yeah, not just the blackberries you find all along the river and all the other areas, because they grow wild.
Yeah, if you're not from here, blackberries are everywhere, and they really taste good, but they're not your friend in the yard.
Yes, they're sometimes hard to get rid of, but if you have a machete and goats, you're set.
That's all you need. So move to Puyallup with your machete and your goats. Well, Puyallup developed from an agricultural town into a cultural center, and Meeker had a lot to do with that as well. He designated land so that the town could be established, and from there, we've gotten to where we are now.
Yep.
So let's take a look at a map of Puyallup, because Puyallup is kind of elongated. There's the downtown Puyallup area and South Hill area. And people ask you where you live. If you're in Puyallup, you would say South Hill. You wouldn't actually say Puyallup. Nobody would know that you're from Puyallup, because all you say is South Hill.
Yeah. So there's two main areas of Puyallup. There's the downtown area, and that is the older area that's by the river that has a lot of the shops and older buildings and some good restaurants down there.
And Meeker Mansion.
And
then you have the South Hill, which is a lot more of the newer construction. That it started growing probably more like 50, 60 years ago, but still newer than all of those houses that were built originally in downtown. And then it continues to grow. They seem to just find more land there to continue.
I think they grow land. People say that you don't grow land, but I think they grow land.
They do grow land in Puyallup. There is always new construction available there. And you're gonna have the newer stores there. They have the cute, quaint shops downtown, and then you've got the newer stores and malls and things. We'll tell you more about that in a minute.
So let's get outdoors a little bit. We talked about the downtown area, we talked about South Hill area. Let's talk about some trails to get away from people. There's the Puyallup River. There's over a 4-mile walk along the river, a little hike area, which is just great. Easy stroll, really beautiful scenery. In the fall, you're gonna find some salmon swimming up there. And then they'll die off on the river. They do. They make exactly that sound. If you listen in there, you have to put your head in the water to hear it, and then you can hear them. That's exactly how they sound. Don't do that.
Another great area near the water is Bradley Lake Park, and that is kind of situated right between downtown and South Hill, right as you're going up to South Hill. And that area has a lake, obviously, but it also has ball fields and playground, and it's 59 acres, so it's really huge. Trails and all kinds of great things.
Lots of fun stuff. The other area that's, I think, really fun to visit is Wildwood Park. Now, 55 acres of that, of the 80, is just natural wood. And it is beautiful, kind of just rustic, obviously, because it's just old growth forest.
Trails and exercise trails. Actually, there's an old water reservoir there and an old caretaker's cottage. And there's a day camp facility there for activities and like Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts to do their thing, as well as playground and all the other good stuff that you expect from a park.
Yeah, it's amazing. Well worth a day spend.
Another great park is DeCourcy Park, and that one has a sweet little pond where you can see the ducks. I don't think you can feed them anymore, but I used to do that when I was in high school, and walk around, and there's a lot of open grass area too that you can play on, but it's a really great natural area for just a peaceful time.
And then we have Pioneer Park, which is the heart of downtown Puyallup. And so it's got all the main things, got the big pavilion there, really neat space for like events. I've been there at some corporate events. It's just
my reunion was there.
Yeah, so they're very similar.
Very important things happen there.
Yes. Who knew? Well, I did. Now you. So all of us.
And the farmers market is there.
Yeah.
And they've got a splash pad and a playground and lots of open space.
Did you go to the splash pad at your reunion?
No, we should have. It would have been fun.
One of us didn't go to it.
He didn't want to go.
I'm boring. Not really. I'm fun-ish.
So you've been out at the parks and you're thinking, man, I'm hungry now. Where should I go to eat? There are a lot of great places to eat, but a few of our favorites are Farm 12. Farm 12 is really cool. It takes you back to the roots of the agricultural. We're very punny today. The roots of the agricultural nature of Puyallup, and it's a huge farm. There's an event center there, and there is a huge restaurant called Farm 12 where they have farm to table food. It is fabulous. They have a little coffee shop, so you definitely have to go there to experience the feel of Puyallup area. Another one is Giorgio's Greek restaurant, and we have been there, and they serve huge gyros, like enormous. They're falling out of the
You shouldn't really get that much food, but you're glad that
eat it all.
You shouldn't. I do, but you should consider showing restraint. I don't show any restraint with Greek food. I just eat it.
So good.
So good. And then you're thinking to yourself, okay, I've had some food. I'm a little thirsty still. Well, we got some brew options for you. And where you're going to want to stop is McMillan's Farm and Brew House, because it takes you back to all of the brewery. So it's actually a farm and it has the brewery right there. So you have all of your options. It's going to be done kind of just in the whole community that you're in. It's got great food, great drinks, lots of beer selections, and
events too.
It's got events, so you're basically never bored.
Yeah.
Especially because once you start drinking, you might not be bored at all.
And once again, it's one of those ones that gets you the good feel of the farm environment of Puyallup and gives you the good hops that they were known for.
Good hops they're known for before that lice showed up. Another great place that you're going to want to stop by is Top Down Brewery. Maybe not on the same night, depending on how much you had at the other place. However, this is another one with a lot of good craft beers, a lot of options for you. Great little hangout place where you can just be with friends, hang out, have a couple beers, and enjoy a night out.
And we can give you a more complete list of places you'll want to eat and drink at. Just go ahead and message below and say, give me my list, and we'll get it to you. All right, once you live there, you're gonna have to do some shopping, right? So we better tell you where there is
where to go
shopping. So if you want some unique finds, you're gonna wanna be downtown, which makes sense. They've got all the cute little shops down there. One of them that I love is Pink Chandelier. Great little gift shop. You're gonna find all kinds of things that you don't necessarily need, but you're gonna love anyway. Another one is Atomic Genius Record Shop, which is a record shop and more. So check it out and see what else they have there.
I've never felt like an Atomic Genius, I have to be honest. That's never crossed my mind. Nor has anybody ever accused me of that.
I agree.
But there are other shopping, but there's some other shopping that you might want to do, i.e. like a Target. Now that's going to be up on the South Hill area. So you're going to have the mall, you're going to have Target, you can have your extra home goods, different types of stores like that.
Yep, so you got both. You got the fun little cute stuff, and then you got the stuff that actually has all the stuff that you need. Remember, we said people love living here because there's always something to do. So let's talk about that. There is always something to do, and take it away, Joe.
And you're going to find it at the fairgrounds. This is really a staple in the community because there's something going on all the time. But in the fall, the first 3 weeks of September, that's when you have the state fair. And there are over 1 million visitors to come to that. And they have concerts and they've got fireworks. They literally, they blow stuff up. The fair blows stuff up. So it's kind of, you get you kind of like your country on. It's pretty fun.
That's right. All the animals, all the exhibits, all the food, all the rides, so you can, all the food that you ate, all the good stuff. One of my first jobs was at the Puyallup Fair.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I did know that.
Also the job that I got fired from.
Is that the only job you've gotten fired from?
Yes.
That's pretty good.
I'll tell you the story later.
I don't know how you can get fired at the fair. I don't know. Like that's like, it seems to me.
Story.
That's rough.
It's rough.
Yeah, she's been in therapy for that.
I've gone uphill ever since then.
Because she married me.
That's right.
That was part of the downhill. That's when she got fired. That's another story. All right, so at the fairground, obviously you have the fair, you have Oktoberfest, which we go back to some options for hops. You have the holidays that they have events
lights
out there. The holidays lights are out there, which is really fun. And this is kind of cool because if you like big toys, like big boy toys, like you remember playing with Tonka trucks with your little kid, do you want to play on a real one? Well, they have Dozer Days. You could actually go beyond heavy equipment, which is kind of fun, especially for kids. And if you're a kid like me who happens to be an adult.
Yes, so much fun. Look that up. And then they've got dog shows and Comic-Con and antique shows. And if you look at any date, there's actually usually more than one thing going on because they've got so much space there.
The fairground's pretty cool. It's actually pretty amazing.
Yeah. And then the other main area for events in Puyallup is Pioneer Park, as we mentioned. That's downtown. And that is basically the central hub for everything else going on. And they've got things like the farmer's market. And this farmer's market is not just like a little farmer's market. There are so many vendors there. Food and music and beautiful flowers and vegetables and trinkets and all kinds of things. It's just a great way to hang out from April to October and have something to do on the weekends.
Yep, absolutely. And we need to come back full circle and talk about Meeker because he's got his own days, Meeker Days.
That's right. In June, Meeker has his own days and it's just an arts and music festival. There's food, obviously, because there always is when there's a festival, things for the kids to do, and so much going on. All right, so another really fun event is called Sip Puyallup, where there are, you get a wristband and you get 22 stops at different locations that provide champagne, wine, beer, cider, and food. 22 stops. That's a lot of stops.
Borderline hangover.
And then of course there is Halloween events and Christmas events and the list goes on and on. So as you can see, you won't be bored in Puyallup if you like to get out and do things and you don't even have to think about what you want to do. Just look at the calendars and you'll be ready to go.
One thing I will say about Puyallup is they have great schools. And if you're a sports parent, they have really great sporting programs through their high school. I even hate to admit it because they beat our high school in our competition back and forth. They really do have an amazing program of sports.
And lots of professional players that have come out of their sporting.
Some.
And besides sports, they have highly ranked educational numbers.
Oh yeah, that's why you go to school. Who knew? Like I forget because it's about sports for me. I got it.
So make sure you look up all the Puyallup area schools and look at their rankings. You will find that they are great and it will be a great place for you to raise your kids.
Absolutely is. So let's jump in and take a look at some of the houses and what you could expect to get at a price point that works for you.
Okay, so as you can see in Puyallup here, we've got 209 homes active right now, which is a good number to choose from. And they're starting at $315. And at the very top, we've got 1.7 million.
Now, full disclosure with the 315, you're looking at probably a condo, or if it's a stick-built, single family home, that's probably going to be a fixer-upper.
Yep.
So if you're into that, you probably got some options.
All right, let's start at that 330 price point. We've got a condo. Let's take a look.
So here's an 835 square foot condo with 2 bedrooms and 2 baths. And let's jump in and take a look at the photos and see what you could get.
All righty.
You get a sign. You do get a sign.
That's a very nice sign.
Just to let you know which one it is so you're not walking in on your neighbor.
Here's the exterior. So it's going to feel, it's a bigger condo. It looks more like an apartment, but that's okay. You have a garage, which is fantastic. That's nice.
It's cute little, cute little kitchen, cute little fireplace, great open concept. There's your kitchen, nice cabinets.
That's nice beautiful actually for really, $330.
Nice. Yeah, it is.
If you're going to get into a condo, you might as well be this one.
Yeah, for reals.
We'll help you. Looks like
Nice bedrooms. It's been updated. It's been painted. It's got new carpet. It's in great shape. And this is really move-in ready. And that's kind of the convenient thing is if you travel, if you're not always around, you want something that's pretty low key, low maintenance, or a starter just to get into it. Both great options for you in this place.
You don't have to pay for the gym because you've got it here. Pretty great. Oh, and a pool. Not a lot of pools in our area, but that would be great for a few months.
There are not a lot of pools.
That's beautiful.
Isn't that great?
And a clubhouse.
I know.
Look at that.
It's a great little community there. Look at that.
Let's go.
All right. So this one's going to be in the downtown Puyallup area. This is a little bit of an older home. It's a 1,400 square foot, 3-bedroom, 1.25 bath. It's a great little starter home for sure.
$435,000.
$435,000. That is not a bad start point. It actually is very, very cute. And look at those floors. This is that older charm. Like you're going to find this in this age home. Older hardwood floors, but very charming. Some of them are going to have updates throughout, which is just great. Nice little features. And
it's not tiny inside. Like that living room is big and the kitchen is really big. Sometimes in the older homes, the kitchens are very awkwardly laid out, but this one was really good.
You can live in that. You can do some cooking and they're done.
Oh, look at that. You had a big bath.
Some updates. Look at that.
Ooh, very nicely updated shower.
Look at that.
I think that's a great house.
I think so too. I would absolutely live there. Adorable. Dobes. Great starter point.
Huge backyard.
I know. You got your little garage right there. All right. So around the $550 price point and about 1,700, 1,800 square foot, this is what you're going to be able to find here. So it's a newer home and it's got some of the newer features to it. It's got great little layout here. It's got great floors. It's been updated.
That's a pretty kitchen.
This is really cute.
It's a little bit more narrow than I would prefer.
A galley kitchen, but it's great.
Looks beautiful.
Yeah, it does.
They did a great job.
Yeah,
$550 price point, and it looks like that deck is new out there. Beautiful fireplace. Does definitely look like it's been updated.
It's been updated. Yeah, it's been updated, which is fantastic. So this is like, basically it's move-in ready. Yeah, nothing to do. Jump in there at the $550 price point. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
What a great little home.
So far, we've picked out some good ones.
We're winning to some good options for you. So here's at that 650 to 700 price point. Now, they're not all going to be like this at this price point. Some of them are going to find some new construction, but here's an example of an older home that's on over half an acre lot. So you have tons of space. There are options like this if you want to find. This has got some great charm to it.
Cool features.
Very cool features to it. Very unique. And they're out there to be found if this is your style. This is a great example for you. I know, that's super cool. We are big Corky fans. So things like this are just right up our alley. Love this. Very unique.
They did such a great job.
They did.
I wonder what this house looked like before they did everything. Probably not so beautiful.
Not as beautiful as what they did. This is great job.
Fantastic. This is active right now. Let's go get it.
Yeah, for real. You want to take a look? I do.
Yeah.
You can voyeuristically look at the house.
So cozy there, and you've got all the different levels. You got room for people to spread out. This is a great house.
I know,
oh my gosh.
Look at that. Super cute. Somebody's going to buy this.
Amazing. This is going to be gone.
Yeah, it is.
And let's look at that yard because, wow. Yes. Oh, wow. Look at that.
Wow. Look at that.
That's a cute little corner unit there.
It's adorable.
That's this craftsman-y people that did this house.
Yeah,
it's like a park back there. We're going to go right now. We're going to go to this house.
We're going to see you later. We might be moving to Puyallup. So this is really a great example of what a lot of the new construction is you get a lot of square foot for the price in Puyallup.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I really appreciate about this. So you're over 3,000 square foot. It's a $700,000 home. There is so much space in this. So if you got a family that's a little larger, or you got relatives or friends and family that live with you, you got all the space in the world for them. It's a newer construction home. It's got really great features, great for entertaining. But this is really, I would say, a good example of homes like this throughout Puyallup. You can find more homes like this that are pretty common that come to the market.
This is great. There are a lot of new construction homes in Puyallup that aren't as custom looking than this one, but this one is a lot more custom looking than the ones that get, constructed very quickly. That's a huge master suite.
It's amazing.
Looks like we got another one we can move into.
I know. Whenever I'm showing houses in Puyallup, I think that too. I'm like, God, you guys got some really great spaces. Really great spaces.
Let's see with this backyard. I'm assuming this backyard's
pretty small. Yeah, it's really small. But you get a really great house. Is amazing. So here's that next step up of an $850 price point. This is going to be brand new construction. You're going to end up with a 3-car garage. You're going to be able to pick out some of the features that you want. And it is very much a large, wonderful home on a little bit bigger lot. So when you get into the $850 price point, $900 price point, you'll sometimes get larger lots. And on this situation, you're going to get a little bit more.
And did you see there was that beautiful view of the mountain?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Mount Rainier is amazing. Like if you're not from here, it's hard to explain how amazing it is because, when the sun's out, some people say sun's out, guns out. We're talking about mountains out. Mountains out. Yep.
This is a beautiful house. It's not built yet, but obviously they've built other ones before.
Yep.
So this is what it's going to look like.
Lots of great features.
So nice.
So nice. So here's one that we wanted to highlight because you don't find these often, but they are there occasionally. And this is one, if you have multi-generational living, this is nearly perfect for that. I think it's actually perfect for this. So you're on basically 3/4 of an acre and you have a main house and a guest house and a very large piece of property that you're all living on and a pool, which in the Northwest, we just don't get a lot of that.
It's surprising we saw 2 of them today.
We did. It is surprising.
There's a gated area. This is 1.5 million. And as Joe said, it's great for multifamily. It not only has 2 separate houses, but the smaller of the houses has a separate unit upstairs. So 3 separate basically families live, or you could rent something out.
And honestly, if you have kids that are older and they're going to be going to college in the area, here's a place for them to have a little bit of freedom, have a little bit of space that their zone, and also be a lot cheaper for them to be able to do that.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Very Northwesty.
Lovely.
Very nice.
Holy smokes. So, that's 1.5 million. There's a lot that you're getting for 1.5 million. It's remarkable.
Yeah.
That's what I've said earlier in what we're talking about is you just get a lot of space. You really build some nice, really large homes in the area. And this has got everything.
Yep. And this is one of the units, the secondary one. And then as you see, there's going to be another kitchen and another living space. So many options.
It's got it all.
And there's your layouts. Yeah, this one's fantastic.
Fantastic.
This has been fun. I think we found a few houses we could move into.
A few parks that we could go visit, a couple trails that we could go on, some good eats, some good drinks, and if it's the right time of year, go to Puyallup Fair and watch them blow things up.
That's right. So if you're intrigued and you want to see more houses and you want to see them in person, we would love to help you. Just go ahead and click the link in the description below and jump on our calendars, or just message us directly. We're easy to get a hold of. If you found this video helpful, then you're definitely not going to want to miss the other ones. So click the subscribe button and you won't miss a thing.